If it comes to collaboration, of course, people are important. And what really helps is when people know each other. It might sound obvious and maybe a bit easy to say, but I see a lot of people working together on a daily basis without ever talking about something else than work. But for good teamwork, you need trust, and for trust, you need to know each other. You need to know where people are coming from and what people find important in work and in life. What actually helps is to find some common ground. Figure out what passions in life you share and what values you share. So visit your team members often and do stuff together outside the office. Have some dinner together, for example, or play some sport. It really helps. Another great and helpful thing for me was to do a cultural awareness training together with my team members. The goal was not to change the behavior of the people, but to better understand each other. For example, the Dutch are very direct, and that can be experienced as being rude. By addressing these kinds of differences and talking about them, you can create an understanding between the people in a team. And this can prevent a lot of discussion and frustration. And another nice trick is to give people insight into your private life. I can still remember the first time I visited the teams in Kuala Lumpur some years ago. People didn't really know me and looked at me as a corporate manager, not knowing what they could say or do. And on top of that, I was asking all kinds of difficult questions, like what is going wrong at this moment and what can we do in Delft in the Netherlands to improve collaboration. It all changed after I scrolled through my Facebook and Instagram on the Beamer. I think that after they saw I had a wife and kids and hobbies and that I do sports, they felt I was much more approachable, and this really helped a lot in communication. People like to know what is coming and what they will get. What you expect is what you get, you could say. Not many surprises. So try to get a rhythm in place, a team cadence. But this means, of course, that you actually need to be at the meetings where you are expected to be and be in time. Your timely presence shows commitment and shows that you take everybody in the team very serious. Also make sure you are transparent. Inform the team about the things that happen outside the team. And don't have secret preparation meetings. Let me give you an example. I once had a team that did a pre-refinement meeting. The refinement meeting is a meeting to find out what to build next. The product owner and the team sit together and discuss the problems that the customer has. They do this to find a solution to the customer problem. If a team then secretly plans a pre-refinement meeting without the product owner being there, the product owner will sense a difference. In this specific case, the product owner felt that the team was not committed and involved enough, because they did not ask many questions and they already sat together and decided upon a solution. Although their intentions were good, it did not work out. So do all the meetings together. Another good example of transparency is that it's important to also share what is happening outside the team meetings. Is the product vision being discussed, for instance, or are there process improvements going on somewhere in the company? Is there talk about changes in strategy or operations? We want distributed teams to feel part of the company. And then a final remark about being nice to each other and behaving as a professional. It's not us versus them. And although it seems like total sense, this is a real common problem in lots of teams. People simply don't understand that working with distributed people takes a lot of effort. And if you approach a team in exactly the same way as you would a local team, you'll get in trouble. Communicating with your team members by video is maybe the best option in a distributed setting, but it is still a terrible setting compared to a face-to-face talk. Video is more difficult and less efficient, especially in team meetings. Everyone should understand that often there are people that do not understand what you just explained, even when you have explained it for the third time. This is what distance between people does. Just accept it and deal with it in a proper way. and I have repeated it many times now, explaining the customer why is crucial. But understanding the customer why is very difficult when you don't know the customer, so be patient. Explain many times and stay kind if you get a lot of questions, because questions are good. And consider yourself to be part of the team. And finally, ensure the whole team has the same goal. It is impossible to steer a team on a daily basis. So people need to go their own ways. And this can only be achieved by making sure everybody knows what is expected from them. Repeat the vision, repeat the strategy, and make sure you have clear sprint goals. Explain the customer why and ensure everyone knows the planning and deadlines. Well, keep in mind that in the very end it is all about the intent. Communication and collaboration are the most important things to do. That has always been the case and that will always be the case in the future. And don't think it will get any easier either. Despite having WhatsApp in your pockets, cameras in your monitors, or all kinds of services on the internet, communication and collaboration are not about leveraging tools and devices. It's all about the intent. So, if you intend to be the best collaborating team, everything I told you will just be obvious do's and don'ts.